Welcome to Sparda's World, an anime manga podcast. Your host, Sparda 3G. It's been a long time since I last done this podcast, ever since I started to doing the chapter reviews weekly basis. In fact, I used to do a podcast with the chapter reviews in them, and it actually used to be semi-weekly basis. But now I've been doing a lot of different things that just keep on coming for me, and I've seen a lot of new subscribers, which I am very thankful for you guys to subscribe to this channel. And there are going to be more contents along the way, just not the review basis. It's more like I want to see where am I stepping in, where am I coming at, because I want to know how much people will actually care if they see somebody else just start their channel and just do their things. Because it is a bit challenging. When I started doing the podcast, I was still new to the whole anime and manga, doing sources of stuff that's on the YouTube channel, YouTube basis. And I know there are a lot of people that's done their thing. When it's solely focused on one series, one is solely focused just 2 to 3, or just something that's like a lot of mainstream things, or even in general of everything, or just not even talk about reviews or anything about like critique wise, but more like a discussion or theories, which is they are fun to read, watch, and whatever. It's something I want to see where am I going to step in, because I know my stuff is not too new. I know my stuff is pretty much practical when you really think about it, and I'm not going to say I'm very unique, because I'm not. Let's be honest with that. Even I would come out like saying that way, but I want to get some discussion with you guys, and I really wanted to have a bit of fun. And I know a lot of people were thinking like these community is technically I don't want to say technically, but it's, people like to say this is a toxic community, and I don't know if I could really vouch for that, but I do think there are people that are on the low key, more like not people that didn't have that much subscribers, are not that toxic or not that bad. Even if people are like more than 300,000 subscribers, I do believe they are not that bad at all. It's just that maybe a lot of people are so used to their past history, and sometimes even their current moments, they are still a little bit shaky thing. But that's not me. That's something I don't want to judge. I'm not really much of a guy to judge people. In fact, I don't know how many of people that really don't like this one user or anything like that. And it's not about bashing, because everybody has their own style. Everybody has their way to review. Everybody has their way to talk about the manga, the anime. Everybody has their own kind of way. So for me, I kind of want to see like maybe it's a good opportunity to actually go in and discuss with my kind of way. And I don't know if everybody is really on board with me, but I'm seeing a lot of new subscribers and new comment. And granted, it's not it's not like that this best. Sometimes when you have a little time, a little resources to work with things, you can't really get the way you vision. And trust me, there's such a big things I like to visualize and how to put a review in video format. In fact, I'm really like kind of preparing myself how to handle when it comes to anime episodes reviews, as well as talking about like the top 5, top 10, whatever that's case that's gonna come in the future. I think it goes ahead, yet at the same time, I feel like I don't know if I'm going to have the right sources to do so. But I'm being more encouraged to work more out of my reviews. It's funny because when I look at the latest videos, not with Tokyo Ghoul, but with the finale of Bleach, needless to say, it's pretty divisive, but it's okay. I'm not even mad about that. I'm not even hurt about that. Not offended, nothing about it. In fact, I'm more like thrilled to see how much differences they are. Granted, I would like them to comment, and even though it might end up being a bashful comment to me, but it would be nice to see some like reason why you would disagree with me, or in terms of like, about the critique on the finale of Bleach. It's just that a lot of people has their different opinions on these series. So I don't want I don't want everybody to be in the same level. I mean, if it's everybody's the same level, fine. That's just the way it is. But sometimes I feel like there are people that really has the negative feelings of this specific chapter or a negative feeling or anything. Because one thing I know that YouTube is known is that there are rants. There are people that really cry about stuff. Man, I respect that. I'm not gonna go there. I just know there are people that like see something negative and they're hardcore bases. They will not take kindly to it. One thing I like to comment is just that I like to compare it to DC fans when it comes to entertainment in terms of movies in this case. When it comes to movies, I have witnessed a lot of reviews, whether they be like less than good or just right at average, they will still give it a negative thumbs down to that specific review video because that's something they would go against them. It is very known for that, and whether you agree or disagree, I pretty much seen it so many times. You have to check it out yourself. It's not that everybody does that, and I can't even say that's the reason why everybody gave me a thumbs down for a Bleach review. It's only a guess, but I won't be surprised if that is the reason behind that. Other than that, I'm okay with it, and I do like more diversity into the comments. And I really appreciate when more people shares the thoughts, shares their feelings on the series situation. It is crazy though that the series has officially ended, and it does feel like one chapter of my life has come to an end, and that's with Bleach. What if I did like the series? What if I do not like it anymore? What if I have some bad things to say because, some of the plot holes and some of the issues with the characters and all that stuff? I still have good time with this series. I can't really bash. I can't really hate. I don't really hate series. I know people would know me that I do not like Naruto that much, but I don't really hate. Hate is like a strong word, and it's really silly to hate on a series that's fictional. But I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy stories about the whole burning their manga, breaking their DVD, Blu-ray disc. It's people's choices. And it's not like I'm losing humanity or something like that. I mean, maybe United States wise, we got the whole presidential, but that's a different story. When it comes to something like this, you just have to either shake your head or just move on. It's their way of handling things. Personally, I would just sell them or donate them because I feel like even if I did not like the ending and if I really do not like the series anymore, and if I really don't want these collection in my house anymore, I would just sell them. I would donate them because I want somebody else to share it. I'm not saying like I want you to understand why I hate the series or buy this or here, take this book and hate the series like me. It's not like that. It's more like there are people that really like the series. Like I said, I was supposed to have a podcast. I think I didn't even say it. This might be first. I was supposed to have a podcast coming from last week Friday. I was so thrilled. It was going to be with Lucky Cheese 7. We're going to redo it again, but we had to make sure it goes right because the recording was a total failure because this is the technical problem. It was, oh man, I was so upset when that happened. But anyway, with the whole Bleach situation, I recorded and we was talking about many good things, bad things, and the memorable things. And one thing that I find it impressive is talking to a person that actually felt so connected with the series. And I'm so used to people being connected to Naruto, to being the gateway to anime and manga. And I know same thing can be said to Attack on Titan. But to hear it from a person that sees Bleach as a one of those iconic things in their life is, it speaks volume for me. Because again, I'm so used to being the usual series that always being the gateway. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Attack on Titan, you could argue with that. And there's other series, but it's so low key. Bleach, I do think Bleach is in that same level. Like maybe not in the top 3, but like a good top 10. Heck, I could say top 5. So I'm actually astounded to hear that story. And, when I hear that story, hopefully we can repeat that story. And hopefully we don't really record it to make it look like some manufacturer, very scripted. It was not scripted. It was all 100% pure heart. And I think we could do that again without really feel like we repeat enough. So I feel like we can really ace it this time around. I just hope the technical part doesn't mess it up for me. Don't mind the background noise, but yeah, I'm just I'm just astounded to hear that kind of story, and it's refreshing nonetheless. I do hope we could get that uploaded on Friday. I'm hoping that's the case. But in this podcast episode, I'm actually talking about something else. It's going to be very short. In fact, I'm almost at the end. None of these podcasts are going to be this short, and I do know that the next podcast will be on Bleach, and it's going to be a pretty long one, especially when you have two people discussing in many various topics, and sometimes, it can go a lot deep if you really talk about a lot of central idea points, whatever. So that's going to happen this Friday. I hope that is the case. If everything goes smoothly. And so pretty much what we're going to do, pretty much what I'm doing here is that to announce that the podcast styles is coming back, is going to be a bi-weekly thing. As in to say that it's going to upload every 2 weeks, I guess you could say. I don't know when exactly. I guess I wanted to do it on Friday, but I can't guarantee it yet. First, I want to see how this Bleach come along. And if once it does go well, then I will get the right schedule and how everything's going to go down. So this Friday, I can pray, I keep saying that, is going to be the Bleach one. And it's going to be the return. I would call this one a return. But the next one is going to be a full-fledged episode. Let's see. There's a lot of plans I have in this channel. I'm doing these chapters, reviews, and they've been fun. Sometimes it could be a little bit hard work because of the editing part, especially when it comes to the part when I want to say stuff, and there are times that I go too long. I don't want to take your time too much. I wanted to go as I wouldn't say too short, but I want to go just right at the right length. Like with the Tokyo Ghoul latest chapter, I was trying to make sure I stay in the topic, and I did go one small off topic with Arima part, but regardless, I wanted to keep it just the normal length. I wanted to make sure that everybody is in the same level. The only time you will always hear different topics is when it's come to the theories and discussion. But this is a chapter review. You gotta stay in that hyperbole, I mean, you could make a reference, but sometimes you could drift in. You could drift out easily. So that I don't want it to keep doing that. It's hard to do editings at times. In fact, I do find myself finding like a little bit down pleaser when it comes to the editing the audio. Everything else is actually kind of fun to work with. But when the audio comes in, it's sometimes a little challenging, and sometimes it can be a headache, at least to me. But I am just adjusting how to do the editing parts, and maybe I would get the right way to edit in time. Trust me, if I know how to do these edit perfectly, or at least know what is my perfect way of how to handle reviews, I would have a lot of different series to do the reviews. I would have reviewed many other series that I have been doing at my Tumblr page. And I know a lot of people always like to say the Tumblr page is full of cancer stuff. I get it, but still there are people that actually likes my thoughts and my discussions, and I just wanted to explore more variety by using YouTube. And I know there's a lot of people already has those kind of channels, but I kind of wanted to see if I could stay out there too, and see if I can get along with everybody else in there. And I know that place is also supposedly called Toxic. I'm still going to get my hands on it. I don't want it to stay in one place. I mean, I don't mind to stay in one place, but I wanted to see how many people I like to have a good discussion. It's always kind of fun when you have the right amount of people to discuss the same topic. And is when it comes to my part, I have, I have a job, I have other things in life. It's not too easy to try to stay focused and try to provide reviews or provide any other things. But I am working on it to fit the perfect schedule. And when I do that, I can really get really engaged with this whole YouTube and get engaged with many people who wants to see these varieties of different discussions when it comes to anime or manga. What I'm trying to do, I almost wanted to put out like one of those report things, kind of like how a lot of people sees like the Bleach news. Because when I saw the Bleach news, the major announcement was revealed, I only talked about in Tumblr. I addressed that immediately because a person go by name Yondo Production. I hope I got that right. I think it's Yonko. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Sorry to you guys. But he's a really good guy. He provide the spoilers without really showing you spoilers. Basically, he would be like, "Oh, this is the last chapter now. Oh, there's something that's actually kind of a little bummer for everybody, but I won't say it. He won't provide image. But anyway, point is, he does reveal news from the leaks. And when he did that, I wanted to actually make a YouTube video, a quick one, just to report the news. And I guess I didn't have the sources to do so, so I just let it be on the Tumblr. Then a lot of people finally picked up. But I'm not trying to say I want to be head on. In fact, I used to thought that mentality with the chapter reviews. I was like, okay, once the chapter's out, I'm dropping everything else, read it, make a video, and post it. I was going to do that every time, but that takes away the fun, because sometimes you don't want it to stress yourself by just doing everything on time. And then I know that kind of mentality is the ego mentality, as to say I'm first and nobody can beat me in this. So I really got it out of the way of that. I mean, like, yeah, this Tokyo Ghoul chapter, it does happen quickly, more usual than the other series, but that's because I have too many free time around that time. So when it comes to Tokyo Ghoul, you always see that like the earliest out of all the contents you see in my YouTube channel. But point is, I'm trying not to be I'm first anymore. I don't have that mentality anymore. I'm not saying I'm gonna take the sweetest time, like say like Fairy Tail review, it will come out like in Friday. I mean, I didn't even mind that, because I used to do that with the podcast day, but now it's like, I just post the review whenever you feel you're ready, whenever you really want to just to get it out of the way, or whatever you just wanted to have a good discussion with people by doing it as times you wanted to go. So it's a lot of things I have learned in this YouTube thing, especially with tags and other things. It's many things. I'm still kind of new to it, but what I'm trying to say is that there's going to be more content for this YouTube channel. It's not going to just be chapter reviews. I want to do episode reviews, but maybe in due time. Maybe in fall season, if I find the right anime. I mean, I've been watching a lot of animes as well. It's funny how much I missed out at some point. But, I have so much free time at work, and that's work. So imagine if I could just have free time in general. I have a lot of hobbies to work with. I can't stay one track minded with one thing. It's not wrong if you do that. There are people that does that. It's okay. It's just that I have a lot of things in life to focus on, and there's a lot of things that I like to do, not just anime and manga. So, but I do have the time to do a lot of content for you guys, if that even makes sense. But I wanted to do more varieties because I want to spread out some other things, and I wanted to share more news because I like to be sharing the news with people at Tumblrs, and then everybody have a good discussion, and we always bring out the theory of what could be. It could be a disappointment, it could be a major surprise, it could be anything. So it's always fun to try to get people talked about. So that's one part I wanted to put out, is that I wanted to have a spoilers report. Just put out the major news, breaking news, and you'll see that come to time. Other content is stuff like a monthly basis, but I can't guarantee it's gonna be a monthly basis. Is the whole showcasing what I bought. I mean, I'm not much of a guy who was gonna buy like pop Needleroys. I'm not sure if I say that right. I'm more of just just get the volumes, DVD, Blu-ray, and the figures. I think the figures is because it's a personal thing. I really like those figurines from in general because of the my history when I first got my a statue by my father, and it means a lot because there's something very fascinating about it, and I just love it. The quality, it's just an eagle, but it's such a rare one, and I have it with me right now. I This is the very first one I ever have, and I just like these kind of. I just like the sculpture of it. So I thought for like series or games in general, I just like to collect them as well. So something like that you'll probably see in the future, but nothing like something like I don't know, like a T-shirt, a cup. I don't mind cups though, but but I'm not too much. I'm not too much of like that. I just get the more basic things the normal way. I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to. I'm not going against anybody who has like loves for getting a T-shirt, love for hug pillows. That's okay. That's all on you. I'm just talking about me, and what I get is very basic term, I guess you could say. I probably would do that for monthly basis, and I probably one of them probably come out next month because I am planning to go to a Japanese area in by New York City. It's really nice, and I it's a great road trip to have. It's something that I really I like to come by every once or twice a month. It's special. It's a nice place. So I might end up buying a lot of things just because I feel good. I guess you could say, you're in that good mood feeling. I mean, I did that not so a while back. I bought like I bought one figure, and then I bought like some little special things because me and my girlfriend, we were like like having a great time, and then we bought like Japanese foodware, you know what I mean, all those other stuff like the foods, a special kind of foods. They have like a utensils, a special sauces, a lot of special things. I bought a ramen, like a 6-pack style. It almost looked like beer. It's fun stuff. But yeah, I kind of wanted to. I plan to go back there again next month, and if I do get a lot of stuff, I'll probably just post it there. Question is, will I ever show my face? Maybe if I get a lot of subscribers in due time. I'm actually kind of a shy guy when it comes to showing my face, and I'm actually pretty personal. So even if you follow my Twitter, you won't get some other idea of like a personal life other outside than anime and manga. So I always keep it very personal, and I always keep it private to myself. But hey, you can still follow me at Twitter for like a lot of different amusing tweets I post out. It could be an image of something I saw, something that intrigues me, my update. I'm actually planning to try to have my Twitter and Tumblr to like provide like a one sentence review for an anime episode because I will be seeing a lot of animes. I'll be reading a lot of manga. It's a lot of new contents I would like to post up. It's just that I'm trying to find the perfect time, and it's not that easy. It's really not. But I feel like I finally got that right timing, and I can finally try to put out more content for the YouTube channel. So here's the thing. I'm going to have this podcast be a bi-weekly style. So it's going to be twice a month, every 2 weeks. One is coming out for this Friday, I hope, about Bleach, celebrating his 15th anniversary and his farewell. I'm going to have a Sparda's report. So whenever like a big news happen, like Kishimoto new manga is revealed, and then probably a little discussion there. So it will come and go. You probably will see it at times. You will see you will see the collection, what I got, what I didn't, what I got. There are times since I start this whole thing now, I'm in a position where like I'm such a collector, and I have grow fond of collecting things again. I mean, I have. Don't worry, I'm set for I'm set for money wise. But my point is, it's like you're going to see other things like, oh look, I collect Attack on Titan Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just saying like that may be the moments like that rather than like I got the latest of Tokyo Ghoul, latest of I don't know, like Fairy Tale. I don't collect them, but I'm just saying my point is you're going to see other things. It's like, oh look, I stack on such a huge collection. So you're going to see that. I can't guarantee every month, but you're going to see. Hopefully, you're going to see one next month. I about discussion and theories. I plan to do one. In fact, I called them into the Sparda's World Extra. I may rename them. So you're going to see something different renaming. Like in the Sparda's World Extra, I usually talk about just one topic and one series and standalone thing because that's back then. But now I'm variety. I'm going different places. So I'm talking about a lot of things. I want to branch out a lot of things. It's so many things to talk about. But the Sparta's World, the podcast itself, is going to be a discussion on the news and some of the little topics here and there. It won't be too long. It won't be too short. It will be in a good length. It's something I really want to bring it back because I actually like discussing things. I actually like to debate. I like to talk about and I like to share the opinions. Whether you agree or disagree, it makes it fun when you have a debate. And I know this is a recording thing, but you can still have fun when you see the comments below or anything about anything that probably via message, email, whatever. So I always wanted to bring more variety into this channel. Now, well, I got not much else. It's what it is. This could be more to the content that I probably have not discussed here, but that's the one I'm aiming for, and that's going to happen very, very soon. I just have to get the right graphic for it. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I wish I could bring a lot of different series to talk about. There's a lot of series I'm reading and a lot of series that I'm now catching up on. And, I did so well to catch up on Magi. It took me a week, but, it could have been shorter. But then that's when I started doing the reviews. Like, that's distracting me. Hold on, I'll do the review. Not saying that's bad. It's more like, oh, crap. I was too engaged with this manga. I got to do the other parts. So, excuse me. So, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, there are series that I'm reading, watching, and everything. I'm catching up a lot of things. It's kind of remarkable that I have that much talent to do that. Then again, everybody has that talent. It's not even a talent. I don't even know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It's kind of over the place, to be honest. But yeah, so the podcast is a bi-weekly thing, twice a month. We're going to have the Sparda report. Whenever the breaking news happens, you probably hear a different recording voice because I probably don't have a mic everywhere where I go. I'm not going to bring it in the subway. I'm not going to bring it in my work. It's kind of funny. Discussion theories. I'm still debating episode, like anime episodes. That's coming soon. I guess we will do it on fall season. Maybe I might do it for Dragon Ball Super, and we'll see what happens. I probably would do that. I mean, I'm not too much of a huge fan of Dragon Ball Super. I'm not calling it the greatest anime of all time again, but it is fun. It is what it is. And I know the problem with the animation. I think if I do the review, it would be like beating a dead horse. Every review you say, but the animation sucked, or the animation is the animation is mediocre. The animation, you can probably hear that every time. I would try to keep it minimum because not every episode is like that. I hope. Oh man, so that's one thing. The showing off what I purchased. I can't guarantee every month, but one of them will come out next month, so let's hope for the best. And don't forget, this week will be the Bleach 50th anniversary discussion. Hopefully it goes well. Me and Lucky Chi, he's the guest star. We're going to discuss a lot of things, and yeah, this is going to be fun. Hopefully it will go well again. So that's it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, if you already if you're a new subscriber and you really like this kind of content and other things such as chapter reviews, subscribe it, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.